What's up, guys? Sorry it's been a while since we've done one of these in-depth videos, but we have a really good one today, so stick around. Make sure if you haven't already, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Stay up to date on everything that we're doing on Eurofed. We're finishing up a lot of builds right now, and we got a lot of good content coming out. So without further ado, let's go into today's in-depth.
Okay, whoa, look, they can never keep me down, I'm going, and if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up.
Now they start to work. Now they start to work. So today with us here is our good friend Mo. What's up, man?
Thanks for having it, man.
Thanks for coming by, and thanks for bringing your beautiful wide-body Audi A5 today to showcase for us. So I've seen a lot of progress on this car throughout the years, and it's changed colors. It's had, you know, hundreds of wheels, wraps, everything, and kind of start us, why this A5 right here?
See, a lot of people ask me that question, and it's kind of funny because this car wasn't supposed to be this. I immediately was drawn into Audi years ago and decided to get something that was practical for daily use and to replace my G35 that I had at that point, and I wouldn't be stranded like it did way back then. That's, you know, talking to my wife about it, and she was kind of, okay, let's just get something different. Draw me to the A5. Why not an S5? Well, at that point, it was 2014. The S5, I didn't want to deal with the V8.
Yeah.
A lot of people had issues with that car. With
they didn't have the 3-liter out. Yeah, I think the 3-liter was at the right end
14,
of that.
right. So at that point, the 14 was brand new. I didn't want to spend the money on it. So what would have been the next best thing was typically just this car. It was prestige, fully loaded, just with a 2-liter. So I decided just to buy it and been loving it ever since. Yeah,
and also on these 2-liter motors, a lot of people have a misconception that they're unreliable, but 9 times out of 10 you do the timing on time, and you just make sure for any oil consumption issues, these cars will last you for a couple 100,000 miles.
They really are, like you said. I mean, it's basically the timing and the oil consumption, which was all corrected. I haven't had any issues with the car. I mean,
awesome. So
pretty good.
Let's get the elephant in the room first. Okay. What color is this, and who painted it? Like what do we got going on the outside?
So a lot of people ask me that question too. Basically, this is an Audi color. It's called Sonoma Green Pearl. It's actually stock on the B9 cars of actually the same chassis.
RS5.
So basically, RS5, RS5. Yeah. It actually comes standard. No, it's an Audi exclusive color. What made me pick it was, I was looking for colors, trying to figure out what else to do. Went to the dealership, kind of seen it on the, shadows, and it was, it looked like a regular green. Then you pull it outside, and then you'll see the
the gold flake over here is just insane. I can't.
So it kind of just sets it off a little bit. So that immediately was like, let me just get that color.
Nice. So who painted this car? What shop did the work on it?
The shop that did it, it's called TS1 Auto Works. Okay. Based out of Tucker, Georgia. Known them for a long time, and it just kind of worked out to the fact that I made him do everything. I mean, we started talking to a lot of people in the area. I just wanted to kind of get a good shop that you can trust, which is kind of difficult here in the Atlanta area. So when I was able to kind of already have a relationship with somebody and see their work, I was kind of inclined to keep working with them, and I'm glad that I did because it came out amazing. It came out
phenomenal. I've seen this car at plenty of shows, and we live fairly close to each other, so we run each other a lot, and it's the same head-turning car every single time I look at it.
Appreciate that.
Awesome. Okay, so next, what suspension setup are you running right now?
Okay, so currently it's on airlift 3-piece suspension. It's performance struts in the front, rear. Actually, the rear has Bilstein shocks. It's been on air forever. Since probably 2-3 months since I've had it. So
bags or static? What's the
listen, man?
What's the verdict? Because you've had both.
I've had both. I love my bags on this car. I've never had an issue. I really push this car too. I never blown a bag. But then also, you got to buy a good setup. You can't be buying. I'm not mentioning any names, so you can't buy cheap bags and expect them to work the way you want.
Of course.
So just spend the money in your suspension and do what you want to do. Static, bags, whichever one's your preference, just go for it. I love bags, so that's what I did with this one.
Nice. So next up is the bags are housing these massive 20-inch BBS LMs.
Yeah.
LMs on under these wide body fenders. So what body kit is this? Because I know it's like a very kind of not rare but hard to come by pieces for this platform car, and I've only seen 2 cars with this ever.
So it is extremely difficult to get. You're right. This kit has been roaming through Poland and Europe for the last 3 to 5 years. I just didn't trust and didn't know anybody that I could potentially get it from until 2018 when a guy here in the US in Wisconsin started his own branch for SR66, which is the name of the company that makes the kit. So me and him started talking, and one thing led to another. Ended up getting the kit. Took about 6-7 months to get here. Took about 4.
They put it in a container and everything? Or?
Yeah, man, they had to ship it, and it took a while. But it got here.
It's worth it. Patience.
Yeah, it's worth it.
And then also, you did the molded fenders.
Absolutely.
For the wide body. It came out, very nice. I know it's like you got to find the right person to kind of get them to blend everything together.
But that, and also you got to get the right body kit too. I just didn't like the whole bolt-on fender look, so this kind of worked out to me because it looks classier to me, and that's what I like. So you got to build something that you like first instead of buying whatever it's popular. So
of course,
that's what I did.
Then on the front, I see these massive brake calipers. What brake system are you running on this?
So if you're familiar with the B8 platform, a lot of the stuff is interchangeable. I just happened to find that the biggest brakes that came on the B8s or Q5, SQ5 were actually the SQ5s. They're 380 millimeters, so I ended up just sticking with those, and braking tremendously improved.
So you did the white calipers with the white and the 24K center caps, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And then 24K hardware too as well.
Absolutely.
And with the polished lips, and then it's just like a gray with a clear on it.
Yeah. It's something that my buddy Matt just put together, and he built the wheels for me too. Shout out to him.
If you don't know who Matt Moomer is, builds some of the best wheels in Atlanta. Like amazing. Check out his Instagram. We'll drop it down in the bio.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll move on to the front of the car here. So all show and go. Well, you got all the nice beauty parts in here too as well, and I see some CTS components along with the oil, the catch can and all that. So
yeah, it was just a little bit more performance, as much as I could go with it, and but yeah, I had to make it look a little bit prettier when you go to car shows and stuff. So
it's full stage 2, right?
It's actually stage 2 plus, yes.
2 plus. Okay, so downpipe, front mount, intake,
KO4,
KO4 too as well.
Yeah, and yeah.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, it looks great. And I mean, also, when you pop the hood, you can really see how nice of an actual paint job they did on this car, which I really like too as well. Now, the outside is only as good as the inside because that's where you spend 90% of your time in your car.
Absolutely.
And I see Alcantara galore, some nice nougat brown.
Listen, man, I'm not faking the funk. This is not Alcantara.
It's not. Oh man.
It's all suede. I got it done by a guy in Marietta called Upholstery King. Kind of gave him an idea of what I wanted. I was really intrigued with the 6 interior, and I really liked how the diamond stitching went and things like that. So I ended up just taking a cue from that, gave him that, and he created this whole thing.
Well, they definitely on the A5 platform for this year, compared to the A6s and 7s, they made this a little bit more sportier, and they didn't necessarily gave it the diamond stitch on the normal stuff and all that. But I love the way it turned out. I mean, you even did the shifter boot and the matching leather too as well. I see the piano black.
Actually, that's Buford. It's another Audi exclusive Buford trim. Okay. So I ended up, it was a little difficult to get, but
see, I'm an Audi guy at heart, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's one of those difficult trims to get, but I ended up, having people in the Audi community that kind of helped me out, and he was able to source that for me. Got that, and then we did actually the piano black trim on the speedometer and things like that. So yeah,
Okay,
it's
nice.
a good compliment.
And
yeah.
I like how you have the green 12 o'clock marker on there too as well on the wheel.
Yeah, it was a custom wheel too. So when I got it, it was an actual OEM wheel that we had a friend that went to Thailand and got all that done, and he actually flattened the bottom. And I told him, you know, kind of gave him an idea of what I wanted. He ran with it, and that's what he came back with.
Nice. Yeah, no, it came out sick.
Appreciate it.
Anything else on the interior that really stood out? Kind of was like a signifying feat to you?
Not really. I mean, I think I touched everything. Oh, well, you know, it's the whole suede pillars, all that stuff, because on the A5 used to be all gray, so all that had to go, and had to replace basically everything on the inside as well. All the visors, everything had turned to black.
So you have the OEM S-line,
yeah,
little pedals too as well.
That actually came with the car, so that's probably the only thing. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's.
No, you're good. You're good.
Good. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, we're still working here, as you can tell by everyone running in the back.
I'm like. Anyway, do you need me to show you the trunk?
Yeah, we'll move on to the trunk.
So that's another piece of labor that took a while as well. So basically this whole thing got done by Markland Designs, which was 5-6 years ago.
Are they in Georgia? Or
Yeah, he's in Georgia.
Okay.
It's a friend of a friend, and he's been doing this for a long time. It was I did the install, things like that, but when it came to make it pretty or make it look nicer, I had to go with somebody else. So that's where Markland came into play. So he built the wall, built everything here.
Yeah, I mean, I really like your trunk setup too as well, because I mean, most shows that you do, you literally drive this car.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never seen your car on a trailer like getting somewhere. So I like the fact that you can actually still use your trunk, and you know, because a lot of people sacrifice that at some point. What exhaust are you running on here? Is it custom?
So everything's custom. It's AWE downpipe to vibrant resonator, and it's wide open after that.
Nice. So I mean, it sounds great when you're pulling in and out, and I mean,
appreciate it.
I mean, from the back too as well. I like the little vent that matches up to the flare, and you can really get a presence of how wide, you know, the OEM kit or this kit is compared to the OEM body. How many inches wider is it from the stock?
About 1.5 inches is what I'm thinking, but it looks like more like 2. I can really tell you specifically. I'm just thinking about the wheel fitment in.
Gotcha.
Well, that's nice.
Mo, I really appreciate you coming out today with us. You brought out an amazing build. Drop your Instagram name so people can follow you online.
You can follow me at Instagram. It's infamous_Mo, and that's where you'll see a bunch of pictures of this car.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been following it for years, and it's just constantly changing. So if you're into Audis, if you're into stance, or you're into really clean builds, definitely something good to follow on there. But I'm sure we'll see you at a future show or something. Absolutely. And you know, we'll run into your car again and cover it if there's any changes or anything. But you drive home safe. Drive home safe, and you know, we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, man.